Hey guys, welcome to the Detailing Show. Coming up in this episode, we're taking a look at two new show waxes. That's Wax Planet Obsidian and Jayswax Show Wax version number 2. We're also going to take a look at Luxury Car Care's new yet to be launched range of car care products. I'll go through more right after these title cards. So, if this is your first time with us, welcome. My name's Luke. The channel is called Tranquility Based Detailing. I largely just shenanigan around with detailing stuff and all in all be a rather lucky boy. Please be sure to subscribe, tick the bell notification. Very often on this channel we run giveaways. We term them Team TBD, where I try and get you guys involved with products that I've tried and used and I want to send forward to you guys. So be sure to subscribe, tick that bell notification. For those that have been with the channel for a while, welcome back. If you want to comment, like, share, subscribe. Talking of shares, if you're a member of a forum, a group, a page, hell, you put it on your own Facebook and Instagram, share this far and wide. It's going to help the channel grow. It's going to help me, so I'll be grateful to you guys for doing that for me. Coming up in this episode, we've already covered two show waxes and luxury car care. We're going to start with luxury car care. We've got a car that needs waxing, but first we need to make it clean. I thought, what better opportunity than to bust out the luxury car care goodies. So check this out, enjoy.
Man, it is crazy hot at the minute. Granted, that's by British standards, and at this point most videos that I put out there are viewed around the globe. Crazy as that may seem, roughly speaking 50 countries per video, so some of you may be watching this. Very recently had a viewer, I think it's a viewer in Jamaica. So if you're that guy in Jamaica, you might be watching this thinking 29 degrees, what's this guy moaning about? But trust me, it's just too warm for me. I'm not built for this muggy weather. But cars need to be cleaned. This one's my sister's. It was a perfect test bed for what we needed to review. So review we must. This review is taking a look at luxury car care, as you already know. Matt of Luxury Car Care, he is on Facebook, he is on Instagram. If you need to get hold of him, I'll put the links below, put them in the description. Facebook, I think they're Luxury Car Care UK, if I remember rightly. But yeah, Matt contacted me, said, we're due to launch this imminently. Can I have a go, give some thoughts? So always glad to do that and to support the new, the up and coming, and the people that are keen to get on. So he sent me 6 products. The first one, naturally, we need to always mix up is some shampoo. So the shampoo is called Cloud9. Dilution-wise, it lists at 300 to 1, so not the most concentrated in the world, but not the worst either. It actually makes quite a foamy mix. So for me, mixed it up, 40 mil into, I think it was 12 litres in this bucket. It made quite a sudsy shampoo. So if that's the thing that ticks your box in a shampoo is a lot of suds, this one's actually going to be a good fit for you. I found cleaning power on it was good. Lubricity was good. Not the most lubricious shampoo I've ever tried. May have just made a word up, can't be sure. But yeah, did a great job. The shampoo, in terms of like setting it up, set us up for the wheel clean first, mixed a second batch for cleaning the paintwork. If you're new to detailing, do not cross-contaminate those two things. What you're going to do is wash all the brake dust into one bucket, so you don't then want to take that onto your paintwork. So, shampoo's mixed up. He sent to me a wheel cleaner and an all-purpose cleaner as well. They do come, and when you buy them from him, they come dilutable, so they're in more of a concentrate form. Having spoken with Matt before we kind of got all of this video and the review going, we had a bit of a discussion, and I said to him, send them ready to use. So I thought that way he can dial in a level that, being in the, that it's his product, he's been involved in the development of it, he knows how it works and in the majority of circumstances. So he's mixed them up ready to use, and I've just used them straight out of the bottle in that respect. So what can I tell you? The wheel cleaner did a great job. It cut through what was on there. It did it very, very, very effortlessly. I seem to get quite a bit of foaminess from it. Now, in hindsight, this is one thing that I can't really tell you. Is it the shampoo? The fact that the shampoo is a very sudsy shampoo, or it's a high foaming wheel cleaner? I think, honestly, a bit of both. If I was to test it as a standalone piece, I imagine I'd get quite a bit of a foaming action from that wheel cleaner as well. But bottom line is, it worked. It did what I needed it to. You can dial it up or down on the ratio once you've bought a bottle if you need more of an aggressive action with that wheel cleaner. And I've been told it will stand up to that as well. So wheels cleaned, APC on the tyres, cleaned those off nicely. The tyres are only a week old, so I wasn't expecting to see a lot of brown effluent fetched out of them. And that's of no fault of the actual all-purpose cleaner. It's just the fact that they were new tyres. So those being done, cleaned, rinsed, went onto the snow foam. The snow foam is called Snowdrift. It is actually quite a thick snow foam. In terms of the dilution, the instructions say an inch in the bottle, and I've never been a big fan of that as a direction. I tend to work more in, I prefer like an exact, tell me stick 50 mil or, 100 mil. I really don't mind that. But what I decided to do on that is sack off the inch in the bottle. I went for 50 mil in 500 mil of water, and this is the result. So at a reasonable dilution ratio, what would be comparable to largely the rest of the snow foams on the market, it went on really thick. And then I've sped this bit up just so you can see in terms of what I was able to do in the dwelling time. And this is on a hot day, don't forget. Managed to get round, just give the arches a good scrub down, and then back out with the all-purpose cleaner and got all the tight work completed as well. Again, it's not a car that I've cleaned before, so it's been relatively new to the family. So tight work was in dire need, and the all-purpose cleaner dealt with it. It really did sort of cut through, odd little bit of moss that was in some of the shuts and the seals, and it dealt with it a dream. So, at this ready-to-use dilution for these products, I can say they're very, very competent. In retrospect, I kind of wish on the all-purpose cleaner I'd have went with the full strength and then toyed around with it a little bit. But that's not to say it didn't do the job. It's really, I'm curious to see how far you could push it because I wasn't able to find that out. But yeah, at a ready-to-use dilution, did a fantastic job. After that, went on to the wash stage. Again, another mix-up of the shampoo. And again, cleaning-wise, like I said right at the beginning, did a fantastic job in terms of cleaning the paintwork down. In terms of things that I can suggest or tweak, I've already spoke to Matt on the subject and gave my thoughts. The scents on everything were pleasant. They were there, but they were subtle. So I've said to Matt, if it is possible to sort of dial those up, then I think that would, sort of add a little extra layer of the overall experience for me at least. And then the other thing, which was the glass cleaner, you're going to see me use that right at the end. I've got two go-to glass cleaners, typically. One of them flashes really quickly, the other does not. And then I'm in a position really, depending on environment, to pick the one that's going to suit me best. With the glass cleaner that he's formulated, that he's put out here, it flashes almost instantly. So it led to me when I got to doing the glass work, actually, because it was really, really hot, really, really, dry on the day, I used more than maybe is necessary, purely because I needed that extra lubrication on the glass work as I was trying to clean it. I found on the first panel that I did, a couple of spritz, and then as I went to wipe it, it flashed off immediately, and kind of the cloth then grabbed and it dragged on the glass work. In terms of the cleaning power, it's great. It was spotless. There was no streaks, no smears, anything like that. But yeah, again, small tweaks with this one. If you want to try them, like I said, the links are below. I think there's promise in the range. As I always say with any new range, the thing that they always need to focus on is what is their USP. Why should I buy yours above anyone else's? But for a start, I think Matt has made a good base set of products that perform well. So if you want to try them out, go and check out his pages. And of course, as always, back to me, stood in my kitchen. Take it away, me.
So that's luxury car care done. They did happen to send me a quick detailer as well, which I didn't have an opportunity to use since we were cleaning that car in order to wax it. Didn't want to lay down a quick detailer first, just in case that affected what the wax was able to bond with. But we'll revisit that in a future episode, so I'm sure I'll come around to that again soon. We're going to move on now to waxing that car. So for that, we've got something a little bit special. This is Wax Planet's Obsidian. Yes, Obsidian in its normal form is already available, and you can go out and scoop a pot up immediately. However, this is their Waxstock edition. It will be sold on the day for Waxstock 2017. We were just lucky enough to get our hands on a pot here to try it early. So why don't you check this out, see what you guys think.
So the car's clean. It's been prepped. It's ready for wax. So let's get set. We've got the wax cradle done, set up, ready to go. We've got the WOWO applicator sat, waiting for its opportunity to just take part in what is no doubt going to be another Wax Planet review where I run out of adjectives for shiny. I think at this point it's Tony's objective. Tony, if you don't know, he is Mr. Wax Planet himself. I think it's Tony's objective to see how many ways I can refer to products he makes as shiny by using different adjectives. But the joke's on Tony, because I've got Google on my side, and you can Google a thesaurus, and that means that I have a plethora of words at my disposal. I'm going to try and cram as many of these in here as I can. So, the Obsidian Waxstock edition. Let me tell you about that first, and then I'll get to the shinies. Obsidian already exists. It's on his website. It's 50 quid for a pot. It's black. The Waxstock edition, he has substituted some of the elements out of that wax. He substituted some new ingredients in, with the sole purpose being to make something that is really, really glossy and really, really shiny. So, did he succeed? Yes, he did. In use, in application, it is a creme brulee scent. Mine, I say mine, he probably wants it back. I don't know. He may not want it back. I hope he doesn't want it back because it's brilliant. Mine has a coffee undertone to it, which I messaged Tony and said, is it me? Did I imagine it? He said, no, it is there. I said, it's brilliant. I love it. He said, yeah, it's not going into the actual Waxstock editions, which, you know, makes mine a little bit special. But equally speaking, let me tell you, the creme brulee scent that's in this is to die for. I love a good puddingy scent anyway, so this one does not disappoint. In terms of use, it's as show waxes should be. It is soft, oily. It is very, very easy to spread. It's very easy to spread thinly. They recommend, and I agree, 2 cloths to remove, short pile to break the back of it, long pile to buff to a shine. And you really can see the difference with this one between sort of that initial short pile buff and that buff with the plusher towel. It really does just finish what the wax is trying to achieve. So I'd suggest you guys do likewise. Follow the instructions, you won't go far wrong. The only thing that I found, and it's my fault, couldn't hold my hand on my arse long enough, is I buffed one panel prematurely, got some wax holograms just where it wasn't cured properly. So just avoid that. You know, don't make work for yourself. Just be patient. Enjoy the process for what it is, and it's going to reap these rewards that you can see here. 2 coats, as always, where possible. Try and get 2 coats of a wax down. So, versions of the word shiny according to Google. Let's have a look here. A blaze, a glow, a light, argent, auroral, beaming, blazing, brilliant, burning, burnished, coruscating, dazzling, effulgent. I didn't even know that was a word. Flashing, fulgent, fulgid, glaring, gleaming, glistening, glittering, glossy, golden, illuminated, incandescent, intense, irradiated, lambent, light, lighted, moonlit, phosphorescent, polished, radiant, relucent, again, new word, resplendent, scintillating, shimmering, shiny, silvery, sparkling, sunlit, sunny, twinkling, and vivid. So says the thesaurus that is Google. This thing's mega. It's amazing. I'll try and put it in regular speak. It achieves those levels of wetness and depth and gloss and reflectivity that you want from a show wax. It does it all whilst making it a pleasure to use. It does it whilst your nose is filled with, you know, the most delightful scents imaginable. It ticks all of the boxes of the theatre of waxing that I enjoy. It's in a glass jar. There's no skimping. The label on it is like that resin, slightly domed label. You know, I tried this wax and I thought it's going to have something wrong. You know, it's going to have that one element where you get to it and go, no, it couldn't do everything well. It's ticked a lot of boxes, but not all of them. I mean, even the flake in the paint, it didn't mute it. It brought it out, but it still had that shine, that finish to it. So I tried it all, and I walked around and I took all these shots, and it looked really glossy, really reflective. You know, it did all of that. And then I got to checking the water behavior. And I thought, here's where it's going to fall down. It's going to have these ugly, flat little beads, and you know, it can't do everything well. Surely, you know, a wax like this at the price. And Tony's told me the Waxstock edition is still going to be 50 quid. It's no different from the regular Obsidian. So you know, he's not charging you premium for this. He even said he's showing off. You can get 10% off on his website. He's got a code on it. I think it's Planet 10, if I remember rightly. It's not my code. You know, it's his code. So you know. Not one for personalized discount codes. But yeah, water behavior, look at this. It's wrong how good this wax is. It shouldn't be 50 quid. It minded me, and I don't know if they know each other. I don't know you know, if they're acquainted in any particular way. But I always remember saying with OCD Wax's Nebula, buy a jar before Matt of OCD realizes that he's underpriced it, and I want to say the same with this. It's just wrong that 50 quid gets you all of this. It's a bargain. It's cheap. It's too cheap. It's the wrong price. You know, if Tony put 70, 80 quid on this, you'd go, yeah, all right, fair enough. You know, it's just silly cheap. That's enough of my gushing on this one. Buy a pot when Waxstock rolls around. Send me a message afterwards saying, Luke, thank you, you were right. Back to me in the kitchen.
So, Wax Planet's Waxstock edition of Obsidian. That is a mouthful to say, but you guys know what I mean. Take some money, put it to one side. When Waxstock rolls around, go scoop a pot of that up. It is well worth having in your collection. So he's going all out to make this thing a full experience of joy and shininess. Go and check them out when you're at Waxstock and scoop a pot up. I promise you guys 2 show waxes in this episode, and I aim not to disappoint. So we're going to move on to Jayswax. This is their show wax version number 2. We tried version 1 on the channel months ago when the channel was very new. Let's have a look. Has he been able to improve it? If so, how has he improved it? What improvements has he made? Why don't we take a look and compare version 1 with version 2.
So Jayswax version 2, show wax version 2 I should say. I was really excited about this one. I was excited when it turned up. I was excited to try it. And I was excited because I tried and reviewed the original one a long time ago, in terms of, I mean, like many months ago. And it was one of the first reviews I put out on the channel. So almost it was like a bit of a nostalgic thing for me. I say nostalgic, it was last year. A nostalgic thing for me to revisit a review and really to see, has the wax moved on? Now, Jason of Jayswax himself certainly moved on. You know, he was kind of brewing his waxes, building a brand. He's now at the point he's got an actual shop as well as having his website. He was retailing on eBay back then. So I'm really pleased to say he's progressed, and it's nice. And I'm really pleased for Jason as a person, because he seems very personable and, you know, sort of a real top bloke. And you reach out to him and he's, you know, nothing but sort of accessible and, you know, reachable and personable. So it's really nice to see that he's making great progress in his professional life with his brand and actual sort of what he's doing with detailing as well. So, you know, I support him in that, and I think you guys should too. But yeah, the actual wax itself, points I raised with version 1. Number 1, it came with like this big glaring disclaimer about don't ruin your car with my wax, because it shouldn't. And I stand by what I said back then, which was that I don't want it to be as heavy-handed. I mean, yes, you need, from a legal point of view, certain sort of warnings and things like that on your product. But for the wax manufacturers, I want them to have a certain sort of element of saying, I've produced this, it's great, use it. And, you know, if someone then ruins the wax with it, it's because they're a muppet. It shouldn't need pointed out to everyone. So sure enough, disclaimer's gone, which is wonderful. And I really do like that that's gone. I had a problem with the original pot, the size. It was a really pinched in neck, being like a 100ml plastic pot. and it meant loading the applicator was a little bit awkward. So now it comes in a 200ml glass jar. It is a fantastic bit of presentation. I know a lot of companies use these 200ml glass jars, but it had this nice extra touch with the Jayswax one in that it had a silver lid to tie in with the silver branding on the labeling. I don't have any that have a silver lid. You know, typically these guys are using a black lid on that jar. I really liked it as a small detail. It set it apart, and if I had them all lined up on the shelf, it would catch your eye in amongst the sea of other black lids. In terms of the finish, I actually really rated the finish on version 1. I said that in the review. But version 2, it's taken all the qualities of that finish. So it's very reflective, crisp, glossy finish in version 1. Jason's taken that and he's amplified it. He's brought all of those qualities up. So it's not to say that version 1 was bad, but version 2 is so much better, with everything finish-wise that he's brought up. Application he smoothed out as well. It was a little bit grabby on the first one, the version 1. So it needed a damp applicator. Pleased to say even that's been taken out. He's added more oils to the blend. It makes it a softer, easier wax to apply. So he's even kind of taken that part out of the equation as well. And even the beading, the water behavior. The water behavior was good on the first one. It was no slouch. But the beads on this now, they're so much more, they're rounder, they're taller, they're more uniform. So there's like every element he's taken and he's tweaked and he's improved on. And he's now in a position really where he's got a wax which is retailing somewhere in that sort of £30-35 price point that I can say nothing more than, yes, I recommend it. You can buy it and you will love it. I can assure you of that. It's for the wax collector, but sort of the person that may be new to waxing. It's easy to use. It will not disappoint, doesn't cause you any problems in application, removal, anything like that. And it gives you these sort of results. What can I say in terms of tweaking version 2? Because I had a lot to say about version 1. I say a lot to say. I had a few points. Version 2, what can I say needs changing? For me, I'm down to now nitty-gritty, nitpicking. I think the scent could be a little bit punchier. That is it. So if you can overlook that one small thing, Jason, I have to say, mate, you've nailed it. Links are below. Check it out.
So, Jayswax version 2, review done. Detailing show, episode whatever number this is, done. If there's something you want to see on the detailing show, put it in the comments below and I will work hard to make that happen for you guys. You just need to let me know and I will try and put that plan in place. Like I said to you guys right at the beginning, if you want to like, share, comment, subscribe, the thumbs up, I appreciate the comments. I try and involve myself with all of the comments, answer all of them where I possibly can. Share it far and wide. It all helps the channel to grow. But yeah, that's everything. If there's anything you guys want to know, question or anything like that from this episode, again, just drop it in the comments or send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, where I am conveniently Tranquility based detailing on both of those platforms. So yeah, send me a message and I'll do my best to answer those for you guys. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.